let's cook. Great thing about a high tea, first of all, aside from the tea, the finger sandwiches, the petit fours, you get to have a little bit of sherry as well to help you enjoy those tea sandwiches or anything like that. Lovely aperitif. So we start out with a little bit of sherry. But I have to do the show, so I think I'll save the sherry for a little later. Now, when we're talking about high tea, first of all, let's just talk about tea for a second here. Tea is actually, it's native to China, and the cultivation of the tea plant actually goes back over 4,000 years ago, and it was in the 17th century that the British said, you know, we like tea, so we're going to start to make tea. They liked it so much they developed a meal around it known as high tea. Now, in America, high teas in a lot of the very good hotels, or there's even a lot of restaurants now that are offering a high tea in the afternoon. So it's a great way to spend the afternoon. You know, you get that little bit of downtime. You need a little bit of tea to wake you up, plus the finger sandwiches. And of course, we have to mention a Boston Tea Party where the colonials, they dressed up like Indians and threw all the boxes of tea that were on the boats into the harbor to protest the English tax on tea. That's how, so it dates way back in our history now. To do a tea party, or a high tea, you need to make some finger sandwiches. Now, I have some assorted bread here. I have some white bread. I have some 7-grain bread. I have some pumpernickel bread here, and I'm going to make a few different tea sandwiches to go with this. The first one I'm going to do is on the brown bread right here. I'm going to take this and I'm going to make a strawberry tea sandwich. So, to make the tea sandwich, the first thing that I'm going to do, and you have to do this, is you need, remember, this is British, we need a little bit of butter on the bread. So we're just going to take a little bit of butter on this bread. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take and put butter on all the breads because you need the butter there just because it's going to taste good and it's going to also prevent the sandwich from drying out. So we'll spread a little bit of whipped butter, sweet butter that is. Then I'm going to take just a little bit of sour cream here. I'm sorry, cream cheese right here. But you could use sour cream, but sour cream is a little too wet. We'll take a little bit of cream cheese there with a little bit of seedless strawberry jam. Just mix this together. You just want to get the strawberry flavor in this. You can also do this on a machine, just mix this, but I'm just making one sandwich, so it's relatively easy. There we are. Mix this together, then we take this, I'm going to take this and spread a little bit of this cream cheese, strawberry flavored cream cheese, on both sides of the bread that we have. But wait till you see, what's really good about this is how I'm going to cut these. So, just a little bit of that cream cheese there. Remember, now the butter is going to keep this nice and moist. The cream cheese is going to give it a great flavor. Then we'll take some strawberries right here. And we're just going to thinly slice our strawberries. And we lay these out right on top of the cream cheese. You need to make sure that when you put these out here, that you cover every bit of the bread you're going to slice, and you need to slice them about a 1/16 of an inch thick. Good, so have this here. We'll take this now and we'll press this. I'll show you how I'm going to cut this in a second. So that sandwich is now done. The next sandwich I'm going to make, it's a ham and brie sandwich. And I'm going to do that on the 7-grain bread right here. So I'll take this nice 7-grain bread here. Again, first thing to go on. And now somebody out there might be saying, but Paul, you don't need the butter. Yes, you do need the butter. And for this one here, I might even want to flavor the butter with just a little bit of mustard, but not right inside the bread there. So I'll take my butter here first, take a little bit of mustard here too. Just a little bit, don't need too much. That's good. Now I have my brie cheese here. Now the brie cheese is sometimes a little difficult to slice. What you might want to do is just pop it in a freezer if it's really soft. We're just going to take a little bit of the brie cheese here, and I'm leaving the rind on it. And I'm using Black Forest ham with this, which is a beautiful ham to use with this. Has a really nice flavor. So a little bit of brie cheese here, nice and thin. And you notice I slice it and then I peel it off the knife. then a little bit of ham here. And again, these are not deli sandwiches. So you're not going to use, just a thin slice of ham. Remember, these are tea sandwiches. Take this, pack this down. That's good to go. Next sandwich. Some nice white bread here. You might be tired of hearing this, but I'm also right now going to take a little bit more whipped butter on my white bread. Now this is a salad sandwich that I'm going to do. So a little bit of butter here, right there. Just a little bit. Next thing I need my shrimp salad. Now this is my shrimp salad right here. And what I did is, what's really nice is you can even buy the shrimp salad in the supermarket, or if you know where you're getting it from. But we'll put a little bit of shrimp salad here, and we're just going to spread that very nice and thin. But I'm going to actually put this on both sides of the bread here. Very, very thin layer. Then, for additional flavor and also texture, and you can make any type of combination you want. For a little bit of different texture, I'm going to take this cucumber here, and I'm going to, let me take, and I'll just I'll use a mandolin on this. We'll just take our cucumber here. Now, if you don't have look at the size of this cucumber, it's huge. I'm going to make this just a little thinner here. You need a very thin slice of this. There we are. That's good. This comes right over here. We'll take our cucumber. We don't want any of the green though, so we'll take this, eliminate the green from this. You could just peel it too, but I'll just do it this way. This will work just fine for me. Take our cucumber now. You have to make that noise sometimes when you cut. Thin slice of cucumber here. Another thin slice here. Boy. And this right here. Don't worry if it overlaps a little bit. Okay, so now we have our cucumber in our sandwich. So we have our shrimp, our ham and brie, and our strawberry. We'll take this, we'll press this over. Now, if you're making these sandwiches ahead, it's a very good idea to take these sandwiches. You can leave them like this and cut them right before you use them. Or what you can also do is take these, cut them, and then so that they don't get stale, and you can make these up earlier, take them, put them paper towels on the dish or pan you're going to hold them in. Then take paper towels, wet them, then wring them out very dry, set them on top of the sandwich, then cover it with plastic wrap. And it'll keep them nice and fresh and they won't get dried out. Now, here we go. I have all these special cutters too for our tea sandwiches today if you don't want to use your knife. So, look at this. Doesn't that make your heart go pitter-pat? You're not worried about waste now. You want everything to look very nice for your high tea. So for my strawberry, going like this, just cut this, pull this out this way. Please come out. We have a little heart-shaped tea sandwich there. Isn't that cute? And if you want to get your children involved in this, this is really fun too. So we have our nice heart-shaped sandwich here. And by the way, you will have some waste, but what's really good about the waste is you get to eat it while you're making them. So it's well worth it. Then, I love these. I love my little octagons here. But what I'm going to do with the octagon here is with my bread right here for the shrimp, I'm just going to go like this, cut this down very small, and I can serve them like that, or if I wanted to, I can serve a whole octagon like this. Whoops. Pick the bread up. You'll end up with the nice side right here. So you have a beautiful octagon here. Now also, if you're making these tea sandwiches, and you can get to a bakery where they do the bread and they slice it lengthwise, instead of just using slices like this, you can actually get the full loaves. I actually wanted to use the sliced bread this way because a lot of you out there won't be able to find it. Okay, and my ham and brie. Now for the ham and brie, I'm going to do what we call a lozenge cut. A lozenge cut just means that it is going to be the shape of a diamond. So we'll take our bread this way, then we just simply line it up like this. So I've cut it into two strips this way. I make a little cut across here. I make a little cut right here. And I have a beautiful lozenge cut as well. We're going to take a little break. It's high tea today, and let's cook. And when we come back, I'm going to show you how to make scones to go with your afternoon tea. or high tea. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. It's high tea. Time for scones. Now, let me just go over the ingredients that we use for scones, because the ingredients are so simple that we're using in these scones. I'm going to be using some milk here. Along with the milk, I'm going to be using flour, butter. Then we're using some baking powder and baking soda. Very simple recipe, and what's really nice is you can use your food processor to make these. So I'll take my dry ingredients. First, my flour right here, along with my flour. I'll put in my baking soda, my baking powder, salt, and a pinch of sugar, my butter, and my milk. Just take this, put it all together. Just pulse it on your machine until it starts to form a dough. This dough is now done. See how quick that was? Now, to work with this, I'm going to put a little bit of flour down on the cutting board here. I'm going to take this out. Be careful if you use one of these with the blade, because a blade is dangerous. Put that away. I don't even try and wipe it off. Here's my recipe right here with this, and then I just take this, kind of work this together this way. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. I don't even use a rolling pin on this. I just kind of take it this way. Then I'll take it, flatten it out this way. Nice. I use a cutter like this. I'm going to use a round cutter like this. I'm going to come here. I'm going to make a cut this way. That comes off. I'll make another cut this way. And I just cut them in this half moon shape that we have going right here. Then to bake these, I'll take them. I'll just put one right here, and I'll show you exactly how I finish these. Set these up so they're about 1 inch apart. We take a little bit of heavy cream. We brush them again. This is my high tea. We're going to take a little bit of heavy cream, brush the heavy cream right here on the scones. Then to finish them, I have some sugar in the raw here, which you can get in your supermarket. We're just going to sprinkle a little bit of sugar in the raw here on top of each one. And we bake these off in the oven for 18 minutes at 350 degrees. It's so easy. This is exactly what they look like when they come out. Right here. See how nice they look? Beautiful. Nice, light, wonderful scones. Now, when you're making scones or you're serving scones, which are pretty classic for a high tea, should serve them in a little napkin here. So I'm going to actually show you how to fold a napkin to hold your scones. Where we'll take the napkin, set it up on a plate like this, right in the middle of the plate. We're going to fold the 4 corners over to the middle. Then we take the napkin, pick it up this way, turn it over. We do the same thing again, pulling the corners or folding the corners to the middle. Then hold your hand here, come here, take the first fold that you made, go like this. Isn't that easy? And the scones are going to look so nice in this. Now, the other thing I need to tell you about scones, see how pretty that is? Now we have a nice location for our scones to go where they're not sitting in a basket. And again, it is giving it a little bit more celebration for this. Now, scones are traditionally served with what we call Devonshire or Devon cream, which is also known as clotted cream. You can also use creme fraiche for this too. Now, creme fraiche is cream that has an acid introduced to it, but this Devon cream, either the clotted cream like I have right here, or the double cream, both are from Devon, England. They might have a tendency of separating, but instead of using butter, you use this Devon cream. It's they're just out of this world with the butter fat content. If you can't get the Devon cream, then use sweet butter. Let's take a little break. It's definitely high tea today on Let's Cook. And when we come back, I'm going to show you how to make cream puffs. And then I have a walnut torte made that I'm going to show you how to go ahead and finish and decorate for your high tea. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back to High Tea today on Let's Cook. Now, right here, I have a walnut torte that I made in the form of a sheet pan. I'm going to show you what we can do to finish this for your high tea, because you do need, aside from the tea sandwiches and the scones, you also need petit fours, or nice, delicate, simple desserts that you can buy from your bakery, but this is a very simple one to make. And if you go to my website, you can get this recipe for my walnut torte. It works perfect. It's delicious. It's wonderful. It freezes well. It's versatile. I love it. But I need to make a little bit of ganache to go with my torte. So what I'm doing right now, is I'm going to bring this cream, heavy cream, up to a boil here, and I'm going to add it to this chocolate right here to make ganache, and I'll show you that in just a second as soon as this comes up to a boil. While that's coming up to a boil, I'll take my walnut torte here. I've already cut the sides of the pan right here. I'm just going to take this pan now, flip this over, let my torte come out. I cook this on a sill pad. This is a silicone pad. What's really nice about this sill pad is how nothing sticks to it. So that comes out very easy. Now, for the tortes that we're going to make today, I'm going to talk about those in just a second because now my cream is at a boil here. Once my cream is at a boil, I'm going to have to add this boiling heavy cream to my chocolate right here. So I'll add my heavy cream to my chocolate here. Melted chocolate, semi-sweet chocolate. We're just going to take and stir this around. What ends up happening is the chocolate breaks down and absorbs a heavy cream, and you end up with what we call ganache, real bright, shiny, wonderful. See, look, see how it's starting to break down? It's going to get really rich and dark and beautiful, and it's going to be great for us to coat the mini walnut tortes that we're making. So this ganache is now good to go. That's good. Now, for the walnut torte here, and as I said, this recipe is extremely versatile. What I'm going to do is I'll just take, and I'll use a round cutter here. Just cut into this, remove it. There we are. See how nice these are? Beautiful. Don't they look great? I'll just do 3 or 4 of these so you get somewhat of an idea on how I'm making these. Then we take these. Now you need to make sure that these are nice and level. So here we are. Got these right here. We'll just take these. I'm going to put these on this rack right here. Then on each one of these, you know, that's the other thing. If you're doing a brunch, not a brunch, I'm sorry, a high tea or even a brunch, you do need all the assorted jams and jellies here. So I have some of these right here. What I'll do with this is I'll just take this and I'll coat the one side here with just a little bit of raspberry here. Out of this world. Then, and what that does is that also seals it, and then when I pour the chocolate over it, it will coat it very, very nicely. Okay, we're going to let this sit here for a second. It's not quite ready. I just want to, well, actually I can use some of it. I just running a little tight on time, so here, let's just take a little bit of this right now. I'll show you, see how nice that coats it? Ah, beautiful. Now, I have to show you something else too. Right here, I have some wonderful cream puffs that I've made here. And what I did with the cream puffs is I took, and you can make these yourself, I did a pâté choux or a cream puff dough. And what I did with the cream puff dough, I have some made here, but I'm going to show you quickly how you can pipe this out. Again, the recipe is on my website, so to pipe these out, and I'll just show you quickly 1 or 2 because I know I have to take another little break, but I need to show you how to pipe these out in case you've never done it before. Once you have it in your pastry bag, again, you have to get ready for this high tea. Once you have it in your pastry bag, what you do is you bring it to the tip here like this. You're going to pipe it out. You're going to go like this. You're going to stop squeezing it, pull it away, about an inch apart. Then you take a spoon like this that's been dipped in water, and you just go like this and pat this down. That'll get rid of that little piece that's sticking up. Then you take an almond, you put an almond into it, and again, you bake this in 350 to 400 degree oven based on how good your oven is for 12 to 15 minutes. I already have these done. Showed you how to make them. We need to take a little break. We only have a little bit of time left to show, and I have to come back and tell you about the tea you're going to make for your high tea, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back to our high tea. We only have about a minute left in show. Whether you're making tea or you're drinking a fortified wine, a sherry, an aperitif for your high tea, it's really worth it. Let's look at what we made today for our, first of all, we have our wonderful finger sandwiches here that we cut into different shapes, perfect for a high tea in the afternoon. The other thing we made are the scones, where we have the confitures here, and we have the Devon cream or Devonshire cream. The scones, absolutely wonderful. And of course, you need the spreads to go with those. And then we have a few petit fours that we made, whether it be the cream puffs or the walnut tort finished with a ganache. One thing I did not mention today was when you're making your tea, heat your pot first, follow the directions of the manufacturer for making tea, and enjoy and celebrate the afternoon with your high tea. Thank you for watching Let's Cook today. You have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.